Hey folks, welcome to InTheMoneyStocks.com's live trading action video. My name is Gareth Soloway. Today's date is Tuesday, December 9th, 2014. What you're looking at today is Twitter's chart on the daily. Now, the key that I want to go over today is how to find the key levels. How do you know where you have come across a major level for a bounce, whether it's on a daily chart or an intraday chart? And it all comes down to trend lines. I'm a big fan of trend lines, and a lot of people say to me, well, how do I know what the good trend line is? How do I know where that trend line goes? Well, what you have to do is you have to do a little bit of a play. You have to do that playing around with the trend lines. And what I want to show you here is just messing around with some trend lines, how we can come up with the exact low of Twitter today, which is around $34.60. Right now, Twitter's trading at $35.86. That's basically $1.20 higher, just alone on today's action. And if you connect the right trend lines, which I'm going to show you how easy it is to do, you can then find these levels ahead of time and play them. So let's do that right now. So on this chart, what I'm going to do is I'm going to zoom out a little bit more here. All right, we're going to zoom out to this point where we can really see back a ways. And this is what you want to do, because the longer a trend line goes back, the more powerful it is. First things first, I see this little bit of a pivot, and right away I notice that this pivot and this pivot, if you kind of just eyeball it, you can see it almost looks like it connects through this low. So let's find out. If we put that trend line right there, connect it through these lows, and look, it goes right through this low here. Look at that, right to today's low. All right, so that's number one. All right, so right off the bat, you find one trend line. Well, it doesn't make or break the story. I mean, all right, so that's positive, but we want to find more, right? I mean, just one trend line like that, you're not sure if it's a very important trend line. So let's do a little bit more action here. Well, right off the bat, I'm seeing this little pivot here. Okay, and if I connect it to this little gap window right here, and I just draw it through these little pivots right down here, what do I get? Look at that. Look at that, folks. Pivot to pivot to pivot, pivot gives you the exact low. So now I'm starting to think I have something major here, because now I have two major trend lines that are connecting and they're giving me the same price action. All right, lastly, what do I want to do? Well, you can kind of see that you have a little pivot low right here. If I put that through, it goes through the upper portion, so you know that that's not valid because you were below that at the open. Instead, what do I want to do? I want to try that one. All right, that one's not so significant, but then I can try the little lower pivot right here, which gives us the exact low. All right, so now I have another conforming level right there that is giving me that point. And again, literally, once I find these first two, I'm probably okay with taking that trade. But if you can find more, I mean, there probably are more here that are giving me this level because it was such a significant bounce on the daily chart here. But I don't have like unlimited amount of time. You know, you want to get on with it and kind of be done with it. But the point is, you can do this. You look for a trend line. You connect the levels. Look at how I even connected a couple that didn't come through. And I said, okay, we'll cancel those out. Those aren't giving me anything. If I do a bunch of those and none of them come through that level, well, then I don't have a level. But when you can find at least two, one pivot to 2 to 3, which connects right through that low here where it gapped down to today, then 1, 2, and 3, and then this little bit of an area right here, it's telling me I have a lot of support in that range. And again, by zooming in on it, look at that and look at the bounce on Twitter. So this kind of thing is very, very important to do, folks. And again, I encourage you to come to InTheMoneyStocks.com. Start learning this. We give out trade alerts. We give out options trades with the options alerts. There's a 7-day free trial for the Research Center if you want to get involved in that. And again, we do daily videos, alerts, live broadcasts, and we like to do the education as well as give the trade alerts out, because I think it's very important for everyone to learn how to fish instead of just getting fish. So again, come to InTheMoneyStocks.com, folks, and learn from the pros. Take care.